Do you ever feel like you've got a brilliant idea that's itching to break free?
I got a really good feeling about this.
Well, it's not enough to just have it. You've got to sell it like hotcakes. In this video, you'll discover how to tug at heartstrings, craft memorable presentations, and spin tales that stick. So let's uncover why passion is your secret weapon and why engaging multiple senses is key. Learn the best ways to polish your public speaking skills. In 1915, Dale Carnegie penned The Art of Public Speaking, marking the dawn of self-help literature. Even a century ago, standing out from the crowd was crucial for success, a truth even more pertinent in today's cutthroat global arena. Danielle Pink, author of To Sell is Human, asserts that in today's world, we're all salespeople, whether we realize it or not. But where can we learn the art of selling ourselves in the modern era? That's where TED Talks come in. TED, a renowned platform for visionaries to share ideas, has become the equivalent of Carnegie's masterpiece. With presentations available online for free, TED has become a go-to resource for mastering public speaking. Starting from 1984, TED has rapidly grown into a global phenomenon, hosting thousands of talks worldwide annually. Digging into more than 500 TED Talks, experts have cracked the code to what makes great communicators tick. Ready to hear the secrets? Here's a sneak peek into the top techniques mastered by world-class communicators. Embrace your passion. Passion. That intense and positive emotion, which sets the most successful individuals apart. Let's take Tony aside, the mastermind behind Zappos, the famous online shoe store. While shoes may not be his main passion, his real drive lies in making both customers and employees happy. This commitment to spreading joy has pushed Zappos to the top, known for its amazing customer service and happy workers. Passion isn't just the foundation of success, it's also vital for giving powerful presentations. In a study on how investors make decisions, researchers discovered that the passion entrepreneurs show during their pitches greatly affects whether they get funding. But what if you're not naturally passionate? Well, practice makes perfect, right? Just like how London cab drivers become experts at finding their way through practice, regularly speaking passionately can rewire your brain and boost your skills. So why wait? You can start today. The secret to giving persuasive presentations like Steve Jobs. Well, the answer lies in the power of pathos. Dating back to ancient Greece, Aristotle theorized that persuasion lies on three components: ethos, logos, and pathos. Ethos relates to credibility, logos to logic, and pathos to emotion. While going through various TED Talks, it was revealed that the most captivating presentations were mainly driven by emotions, followed by logic and credibility. So how can you inject more emotion into your own presentations? It's pretty simple, actually. The secret lies in storytelling. Stories create bonds with your audience by making your message relatable and interesting. You can utilize three types of stories: personal experiences, narratives about others, and stories of successful brands or organizations. Whichever one you choose, make sure to capture your audience's attention and build a lasting connection. It's all about your voice, gestures, and body language. Have you ever sat through a talk where the speaker's snail-like pace nearly sent you to sleep? Surprisingly, speeding up isn't always the solution. How fast a speaker should talk depends on what you, the listener, are up to. Imagine you're juggling tasks like driving while tuning into an audiobook. In that case, a slower pace is better. But when you're fully focused, like during a presentation, a quicker pace keeps things lively. Most speakers aim for around 190 words per minute, but good communication isn't just about words. Body language matters too. Now, how do you make it work in your favor? Stand tall and confident, just like U.S. Commander Matt Eversman advises leaders. Which is why gestures also play a big role. Research suggests that using your hands strategically boosts the audience's confidence in what you're saying. Focus your gestures between your eyes and belly button for the biggest impact, and save the grand gestures for emphasizing the most important points. Now that we've covered emotional connection and body language, let's dive into how you can make your presentation truly unforgettable. Learn the art of captivating minds. Think about the last time something totally caught you off guard. That wow, really? moment. If you want to hook your audience and keep them glued to your presentation, toss in some unexpected, jaw-dropping facts. For example, Robert Ballard, a deep-sea explorer, dropped some pretty serious eye-openers about ocean research funding. Like, did you know? NASA's annual budget could fund NOAAs for 1,600 years, or that the biggest mountain range is underwater, not on land. Facts like these aren't just showstoppers, they stick. Why? Because of dopamine, a brain chemical that acts like a save button when you learn something new. The more surprising the info, the more dopamine you get, making it easier to remember. Susan Cain in her TED Talk about introverts knew she had to flip the script to get her point across. Instead of snooze-worthy stats, she hit her audience with a bombshell. There's no link between chatty folks and brilliant ideas. That got the attention of the suits in her crowd, challenging their belief that the loudest talkers were the smartest. By serving up something fresh and unexpected, Cain made sure her message stuck in their minds. Spice up your presentation. Do you remember Bill Gates' TED Talk in 2009? His presentation on the transmission of fatal diseases like malaria through mosquitoes grabbed headlines and went viral. Why? Because he made a bold move by releasing live mosquitoes into the audience, emphasizing that everyone should be concerned about disease transmission, not just the poor. Even though the mosquitoes were malaria-free, the shocking action got people talking. In fact, the talk racked up millions of views online and became a hot topic in the media. But extreme actions aren't the only way to make your presentation stand out. Shocking statistics can also captivate your audience. Just look at these examples from popular TED Talks. In 1972, there were 300,000 people in jails and prisons. Today, there are 2.3 million. The United States now has the highest rate of incarceration in the world. Brian Stevenson. 1 in 100 regular people is a psychopath. So there's 1,500 people in this room. 15 of you are psychopaths. John Ronson. These jaw-dropping stats not only grabbed attention, but also made the talks more memorable and thought-provoking. Humor can work wonders too. Think about the last presentation you really enjoyed. Did it make you laugh? Research suggests that we see funny people as friendlier, smarter, and emotionally stable. In fact, humor even eases tension, boosts morale, and reduces hostility among colleagues. Clearly, given the benefits of humor, it's worth adding some to your presentations. One way you can do this is by sharing anecdotes. Maybe something funny happened to you recently that you can talk about? It doesn't have to be a belly laugh, a smile or chuckle from the audience is enough. Like Dan Bellotta, who humorously reflected on being openly gay and a father of triplets during his TED Talk. Or Richard Wilkinson, a professor, used metaphors when discussing economic inequality. He humorously suggested Americans who want to live the American dream should go to Denmark, highlighting Denmark's low inequality and happy population. Now that you've seen how humor can spice up your presentation, let's dive into crafting memorable presentations. Keep it short and sweet. Shorter presentations are much easier for people to remember. For example, Professor Paul King from Texas Christian University splits his 3-hour class into 3 50-minute sessions. This approach helps students retain more information and perform better on exams. TED Talks, known for their effectiveness, usually last 18 minutes. This time frame fits within the optimal range of 15 to 20 minutes, but it's not just about length. Your presentation should focus on no more than 3 main themes. To organize it in such a way, start with your key message, the most important thing you want your audience to remember. Write it down like a headline. Then identify 3 supporting messages underneath it. That'll be the main points of your presentation, and that's it. But before we conclude, remember this one last thing. Understandable, memorable, and emotional. Recall your last sunbathing session. How did your skin feel under the warm rays? What scents wafted through the air? Picture the sights and sounds around you. Can you vividly remember it all? Experiencing things with all our senses makes memories stick. The point we're trying to make here is, to make your presentations unforgettable, engage more than one sense. For now, let's focus on sight and hearing. Instead of wordy PowerPoint slides, opt for impactful images in your presentations. They're easier to digest and won't overwhelm your audience. And when speaking, use rhetorical devices like repetition. Think of Martin Luther King's iconic speech with the repeated phrase, "I have a dream." It's etched in our minds, just like Barack Obama's rallying cry, "Yes, we can," which helped him win the presidency.